My name is Matthew Tilford, and I care a lot about adventuring. Anything outdoors, either riding bikes, exploring a new city, kayaking, skiing, anything other than hanging out at my home. After sustaining a spinal cord injury, I thought that I would never be able to adventure again. My life before my injury was really fun, but I was only a kid, so I was still in school. I wasn't really thinking about my future very much. I used to ride a street bike, but I actually didn't even own a bike at the time. I just would ride friends. Most of the crazy stuff I would do is just wakeboarding and snowboarding. So my injury occurred from a vehicle accident in 2007. And I was driving from a camp spot to a friend's lake house and ended up missing a turn and driving off a cliff. I was 18 years old, about 2 weeks away from graduating high school. My original plan was to become a motorcycle mechanic. And after my injury, I realized that I would rather have a job that wasn't as hard on my body. So I remember when I was told that I was going to be paralyzed, and my mind went straight to, this is going to be okay. I worked in a shop that installed hand controls and van lifts as my high school job. So I was around a lot of people with disabilities before, and I saw a lot of really successful people in chairs. So I wasn't really that scared, but it still was a little frightening that I'm going to have to relearn life. I went to rehab at Shriners Children's Hospital in Sacramento, California. And although, it's a wonderful hospital and the staff is amazing, being 18 there, I was at the very end of, who they see. So mentor-wise, I was the oldest one there, and I didn't really have very many people to connect with. I had excruciating nerve pain at the beginning that kind of put me out of commission for a while. I wasn't able to continue rehab for a little bit because of it, and it also messed with my mind a little bit. I tried the pharmaceutical route and didn't really like it, and I just decided that I was going to deal with the pain and fight through it. The best way to deal with nerve pain for me is to stay busy. If I'm sitting and not doing anything, it stays in my head. It took me around probably 2 years to really reach out to the community. I have to thank my dad for that, because we were out either snowboarding or wakeboarding every weekend, and he really pushed me to try it again. And that's where I found the local nonprofits that had a water ski program, and I went out to that and really fell in love with water skiing again. One of the best things that I did after my injury was connecting with the disabled community, other people with spinal cord injury. And just like the people that I saw before I was injured that were successful, I put myself around them again. Back in 2007, YouTube wasn't where it is now, but there were still so many videos out there, and you could pretty much just copy and mimic people. Some of my favorite accomplishments are just becoming a peer mentor. Living with a spinal cord injury, it isn't easy, and pushing away from the community was the worst thing I could have done at the beginning. So now being able to go to talk to new injuries while they're still at rehab or freshly home from rehab is really important to me. Right now, I am the chapter leader for the San Francisco United Spinal Association, and we partnered with SCI Active Network, and we are always going out to hospitals. We have 2 support groups within the Bay Area, and also host recreational events. I'm excited to see what my nonprofit work, where that can go, and to help other organizations grow and keep supporting the spinal cord injury networks. Be confident, and it's okay if you're not comfortable. Step out of your comfort zone, and that's where you're going to find growth. It's tough to balance the hope to walk again compared to relearning life and being successful again. Realistically, a spinal cord injury is something that isn't fixed yet. You can't heal it yet, depending on your injury. And I still have hope that one day I could walk again, but that's not the most important thing. I can still have an amazing life. I've worked with exoskeleton robotic walking. It's something that I enjoy, but I don't need. I work for a medical supply company called Apple West Home Medical Supply, and exercising and adventuring, and then also nonprofit work. So I can keep myself really busy a lot of the time. My last adventure was kayaking in the San Francisco Bay. I've learned how to wakeboard again, or adaptive wakeboarding, but I would really like to learn how to kite surf. The experience is definitely different, and that's kind of what I enjoy about it, is that it's new and I'm broadening my skills. You can't compare what I did from the past to what I'm doing now because I'm continuously learning. I am completely different than what I was before my injury, and I've made some major changes in my life for the better, and I have to thank the SCI for it.